Universe Collective. My name is Kay and I'm a messenger of the universe. Welcome back, Collective, to this reading. We're going to see what's coming out for y'all in the cards. So if you're attracted to this thumbnail, some of y'all might be gamers or some of y'all like to play video games. I just posted a quote on my story where it was like, someone was saying that like creativity is like an endless arcade game and there's only two options: game over or continue. So I kind of feel like for this group, people are realizing that like you're not here to play checkers, babe. You're here to play chess. And a lot of people are just knowing, like, word around you, right? The word around you. The word about you right now is that y'all are hella strategic and that you know what you're doing. Like, I'm getting, you know how there's like a thin line between insanity and normality or something like that? I kind of feel like y'all kind of teeter this line every day. And honestly, some people thought you were insane. I'm sure you even thought you were insane at some points in your life. But you're only just realizing that it's leading you to something even greater. So some of y'all could have taken a fool's journey, I hear, where like you just made a decision in your life where a lot of people thought it wasn't going to fail or you weren't going to make it, or you just are someone who goes against the grain. If you're in a competitive industry, you're just someone who decided to put your all into this industry, and people are like, there's no way they're going to make it in that competitive industry against all these other people. And people are just kind of starting to see you get bigger and bigger and bigger over time, and they're just like, psh, dang, like they really know what they're talking about. So a lot of people are saying you have the reputation for playing chess and not checkers, and you're not just thinking like one step ahead, you're thinking 2 steps ahead. Some y'all are just, you're ahead of the curve here. And some of y'all could watch the reader Silver I Rise. I'm getting her collective readings in particular. I know her series is called 2 Steps Ahead, so some of y'all might be a part of her series and you might really resonate with this message. But I really get that this group, y'all are really out here putting people on. I'm getting you are awakening other people to their gifts, and you're helping them feel more confident in being who they really are. Like, especially if you're a channeler, like you're a spiritual worker, a lot of channelers really look up to you and they find inspiration through you, I hear. So the word about you is that you're very inspirational, and people kind of know that you're thinking ahead of the game and you're not really just thinking about the now. And that you also just have access to knowledge. I'm getting like people might think you know someone or you are a part of an industry or something. People think you have like insider knowledge, and you just may just be like, I'm just a girl, you know, like you may not even be nothing special. Maybe y'all just study the planets, or you just read a lot, or you know a lot of history or something. But it's just like people just assume you have like some insider knowledge that maybe you're not telling people about, especially because your gifts or the things that you predict or say come true so magically that it's almost like there's no way that they're not like messing with my head right now. Like, I'm getting people are just like, there's no way that this person doesn't, like, especially if they don't believe in magic, they're like, there's no way this person isn't pulling some strings behind the scenes or something that we don't know about, or like they have a rich dad or some rich people funding them in some way that we don't know about. I don't know, I'm just getting people could even be making conspiracies about you and how you became a success or how you are going to become a success, because they don't know how to like wrap their heads around the fact that you were the one that actually did it. So some of y'all could have grew up with these people, or you went to school with them, and they're just used to seeing you in a certain way, and now that they're seeing you elevate and be successful or just be different than who you used to be, like it's almost like they don't want to say it's true. Like they have this perceived image of who you are or who you were. But I'm hearing y'all are just aging well. You're aging nicely. You got your grown woman weight, some of y'all. And you're basically just elevating to new and different levels. Someone did something reckless. I'm getting someone did something reckless. I don't know what. Okay, y'all, because I had an intuitive dream last night. I'm not gonna lie, somebody's getting karma for messing with y'all, and like your ancestors, your spirit guides, your angels, they not going easy on them. I'm hearing like it may have been something you may not even realize is actually happening, but these people know that like they feel like they're getting karma for what they did to you. Or if you like are openly spiritual, they could even be like, oh, she's a witch, or she made me, this happened to me, and you're just like, no, I'm just chilling. You could have like Aquarius or Capricorn placements. That's like that's karma's babies right there. So if you cross them, you gonna get crossed too by the universe. And not only that, but it also means that those placements, like if you do have those placements, it means karma gonna whoop your A too if you acting up as a nature baby or it's karma's baby, if you know that if you mess around, you're gonna find out. And I'm sure y'all have learned the lesson plenty of times that you don't even want to repeat it. But also it means that when other people cross you, karma's gonna whoop their A. And like Capricorn and Aquarius type people are the type of people you meet and you actually go and believe in karma after crossing them. Because I will say that like karma doesn't really work in the same way for everyone. I don't think karma's like not something that like always happens directly after you do something bad. Sometimes it's something that's timed and orchestrated. Like the universe is literally orchestrating for someone to receive their karma. So that's why it's also important to know who you surround yourself with and the type of karma that they have. And I'm getting that I've kind of lost my train of thought, y'all, but every time I get interrupted for videos, it's usually for food. But I am getting that yeah, I think I was talking about like Saturn and how like those signs, those zodiac signs are impacted by this energy, this karmic energy where people know not to mess with y'all. You guys have a reputation where people are like, I don't know what they be doing, but the universe be listening to them. Or you could have posted something like, universe, do your thing, like Erykah Badu did, and then like a week later the person got their karma and people were like, dang, what she did to him, what type of root she got on him. Like I'm getting y'all have that sort of effect on others where like people get their karma almost immediately after messing with you, and other people have seen people get their karma from messing with you too. They may not have told you about it, but they've seen other people get they A-rocked by the universe like after messing with you. And like these people are like, yeah, there's just some people you don't want to mess with in this universe. And the Aquarius and Capricorn babies are like one of those souls that like you really don't want to cross them for no good reason, you know, because the universe is always keeping an eye out for them, especially like that's the universe's agents of karma. So that's why if you do have those placements, when you enter people's lives, you're really going to be like an agent of change in their lives, a catalyst, if you will. And you may intimidate some people and some people may run away. Some people are going to be afraid of what you represent. But it's pretty much just the lesson for you is understanding that you have to learn to love yourself throughout it all. And you have to learn how to get through your own lessons too, because you're going to notice that the more you learn from your past mistakes, then you don't feel like those karmic repercussions as often, or you don't feel like you're in a karmic loop of like toxic cycles. Because I know that Capricorn and Aquarius placements can easily fall into the like feeling like the world's against you, feeling like everyone hates you, it's never going to get better. And you have to realize your perspective in this life is going to be everything. And as much as it hurts sometimes, I think that sometimes these signs can also just stay fixed on an idea of it going their way, of trying to control it to be a certain way, or you just have this idea that it has to happen a certain way. But the universe is always reminding you that there's so many possibilities and there's so much that is unwritten. As much as there is that is written, there's also a lot that is unwritten. And sometimes you do want to bank on those unwritten factors more than the written factors. Because, you know, I'm just trying to urge y'all to think more of your creative brain. Because usually when we're not in our creative brain, we don't acknowledge how many possibilities there truly are. Because like I can think of so many, like I'm a writer, I know I can think of so many different possibilities, but I can only grasp like 1% of what's actually out there. So that's why I'm always like, I feel like that's what makes the fountain of creativity so abundant. It's because I know nothing. Like I'm never gonna fall into the trap of thinking I know everything, because it's literally the opposite. What would be the point of this journey if we know everything? Then I would already be rich by now, y'all. I would literally already be a millionaire if I knew everything. But like that's just the point. We're all here on a journey. We're all here trying to learn lessons. So don't be taking, I'm hearing some of y'all need to stop taking advice from people, or like people try to give you advice and they need to be listening to y'all. Honestly, even if you are a kid, I don't know why I'm getting, some of y'all might be more mature than your parents even. Like you could be giving your parents life advice, financial advice, love advice. I'm not saying you should, because obviously that's kind of traumatic, but I'm really just getting y'all have just this factor about you where you might even be more mature than the adults that you were around, especially if you have those placements. I'm telling y'all, these signs technically like they grow backwards. Because yeah, we have a Scorpio descendant. You could have been South Node Scorpio, descendant in Scorpio, or 11th house in Scorpio. And I am getting some of y'all could have been or in a past life or in a past version of yourself in this life. Pretty much you investigate a lot. Like, you guys who chose this, you investigate things, and you probably obsess over the details, because a Scorpio can be quite obsessive. So I feel like y'all obsess over the details so much that it helps you refine everything that you've been given. So I'm getting like you guys are always perfecting your craft, or in this process of perfecting what you're doing, and you guys are never satisfied with your work for a reason, I hear. And your community is honestly seeing you. I think your community, or someone in your community, is talking about how like maybe in a past life you had this gift, or just in the past you were known to do these things, and these people just aren't surprised to see you pursuing the path that you're on. Like, it's just not a surprise because of who you were. And I'm just also getting like some people just think you have this gift naturally. They're like, yeah, that baby was born, like that baby's been here before. And I'm just getting that for this collective, a lot of people are saying you know the way, you know how to strategize, and there's a level of like luck, or just this unseen force following you at all times. Like nature babies, like y'all are just like a child of the universe, and it's like no matter what happens, you're always taken care of. That's how people are seeing you right now. They see you as someone who's always taken care of no matter what. And people are like, I don't know if it's like brain power, like people honestly don't know if it's magic or if it's mental. I'm getting like they don't know if it's like they can't wrap their minds around who you are and the energy you bring, because it's so high vibrational, and it's so like magnetizing too and attractive, because people are trying to figure out like where did it come from, or how did you get it, or like, you know, some of y'all could have an alter ego, or you write under a pseudonym, and this book of yours is about to go viral, or this alter ego of yours is popular or something. And I'm getting some people think you're like in the Illuminati. Like, I get that too. I know, like, I'm a very small creator as I'm recording this, so it's kind of weird for me to like, for people like already making conspiracies about me. And I'm like, I'm not even Beyonce. Like, you really thought you ate on that. But I really do get that some of y'all can have like an alter ego, or you write under a pseudonym, and there are like, you know, some people around you who could be like, oh, they're in the Illuminati, or they sold their soul, that's how they got there, or something like that. Even if you're not rich, y'all, if it's just talent that you have, if you're just really extremely talented, then people are like, I wonder what they did to get that talented, not knowing you just literally perfected your craft like any other human being. And even if you did use magic, round of applause to you, girl, because some of these people doing magic and spells and ain't nothing moving in their life, and it's like y'all out here doing magic and people can actually see the results. Like, that's a flex too. I'm just saying. Illuminati or not, I'm sorry, y'all. Like, let's keep it a stack, because we know, like, when it comes to spiritual energy, everybody's spiritual bank is not the same. Everybody can't move and shake stuff in the same way as some people. So I'm really getting y'all just have that like a very rich spiritual energy and power. So that's probably why you relate a lot to spiritual energies and to these spiritual things. Like, the universe is always going to take care of you no matter what. I'm getting like you're always going to be taken care of no matter what you're going through right now. The universe is orchestrating something just for you, I hear. A miracle is literally being orchestrated just for you. But when it comes to the divine orchestrations, that means there's a time for everything. There's a time for every moment. So, yeah, I'm getting the world in reverse. Some of y'all might be real famous, or you might be going viral soon. Let me see. I think some of y'all don't realize how poppin' you are. Some of y'all don't realize how big you are. A lot more people know you than they care to admit. Or some of y'all could even just be shadow banned on some of the platforms you use, or you just feel like, you know, you're not really doing as much as you actually are. And I'm getting like people are watching you like a hawk. People see your ideas are spreading too, across states and across countries. I'm getting across cultures. Your ideas can be translated among different groups of people. That's what makes you have like a universal message that you're here to give to the world. I'm getting. So a lot of this reading or this video is going to be about you guys pursuing a life purpose, and a part of your purpose is delivering a message to the world. And this message is going to be something that's going to be very phenomenal. So of course this video is not going to resonate for everyone. That's actually why I like the fact that some of these videos don't get as many views, because like to bring this sort of transformational energy, you really have to be someone like out of the ordinary. You really have to be someone like, I don't know, you just have certain placements in your chart where even people who read you and pick up on your energy, some of y'all could resonate with that collective reading too, where someone read your energy and they saw you're destined for success. There's something about you guys where I'm telling you, if it's not your astrology chart that reveals it, it'll be the tarot cards that reveal it, or it'll be the numbers that reveal it, your numerology chart that reveals it. So some of y'all do need to be careful with who you're sharing your spiritual like charts and stuff with. If you yourself aren't really like knowledgeable on it, or you don't know that too much about it, because I'm telling you, some of these witches or I don't want to, well, some of them are witches, but astrologers, whatever, spiritualists, whoever, some of these people are really gifted and they know how to read the future like I do. But not everyone has good intentions when using these gifts. Some people are here to, because they see your future, they don't like it because they know they don't have that type of destiny. So it makes them like envious, or it makes them kind of like jealous and stuff like that. So just be careful with like sharing your chart with everybody and their mama, especially if you don't know what's going on, because some of these people could be like really plotting spiritually and you wouldn't even know. So that's just a tip from me. I'm a pretty good witch most times, just don't be on my bad side. But yeah, that's what I'm getting for the most part. Y'all could have Gemini, Mercury placements, and some of y'all could be writers, power of the pen. I'm also getting people know you have an impact, and sometimes people ignore you while you're doing the job, while you're in the relationship. They act like you ain't ish, or you ain't doing anything for them. But when you leave and no one else is doing things that you did, no one else is picking up the slack that you picked up, and they realize like, oh, that was actually a rare energy I was in, or that I was being given, that was actually something unique, like that's not something I find everywhere. Like some of these people really took your energy for granted, I'm getting, and y'all are realizing that. Like you are the support system, you're the rock in a lot of people's lives. So when you leave and they don't have that support system anymore, they don't have that warmth, that comfort, that stability anymore, they start to become very envious, jealous, or spiteful towards you. Especially if they haven't met themselves enough to do the work, y'all see there's a bug crawling on that Scorpio card. I love that. Like I really feel like, yeah, these people are investigating. Some of these people are still obsessed with you, I'm getting. You might still have some friends or people who still watch you. They keep hating but still watching. I was getting that Nicki song where she called the girl out while she was watching. It was like a girl that didn't like her, but she was still watching the video, and Nicki, when the song was like, they keep hating but still watching, and she was just like laughing in the video because that was like calling her out. So I kind of get, that's kind of how y'all are when it comes to people. Like you don't even have to be in a room to clear it. You don't have to be in the room to check somebody. Like all they got to do is play your song or turn on the TV, there you are, on your movie's coming up or something, like, or even like they turn on YouTube, there's your video with the title that's calling them out. I don't know, y'all can clear a room without being in it. So I think that's really cool too. So that's why a lot of people think you're magical too, because they see like other people getting checked by you and you're not even in the room. And so I'm getting, this is why some people have strong reactions towards you, because you've already called them out and like they attach you to it. And it could be someone you've never spoken to before, but you've called them out in some way by your art or whatever you put out there, or your ideas spreading, your speech spreading. And some of these people just have such strong reactions that they don't even want to get to know you because they assume they know you. So a lot of y'all may realize that like success or fame is not really as cracked out. Like I'm just getting, some of y'all may have been given a spotlight, but you may not even want it that much, or you may not really like, or you just realize like, I don't even want, like I'd rather be boring and unknown or something. I'm getting something like that where you're realizing like it's really not all it's made out to be. Some of y'all could even be taking a step back from the spotlight intentionally because you just don't want the attention for too long. Like I'm getting overwhelmed, feeling overwhelmed. And I am getting that whenever you do decide to pop out, the world's still gonna be watching you. But I just get that some of y'all are just valuing your time alone to recharge, to recuperate your energy, especially if this is you that's making big moves in the world. Some of y'all, see what else is coming out. Y'all just have really good energy, I'm getting. Like y'all really do have good energy. You're pretty, and then you're focused on your own competition, which is yourself. Like y'all are not really out here trying to outdo anyone, but you're trying to outdo yourself. I was getting a visual of someone playing video games and they're at the top of the leaderboard and they're just trying to defeat their own achievement or their own accomplishment. Even though they're already at the top, they're still working to defeat themselves pretty much. So I kind of get y'all are in that sort of competition where you're focused on yourself, you're focused on your own craft, you're focused on doing better, you're focused on being better, and you elevating and upgrading. It's getting more people are watching. They have their eyes on you. And it says, when it's a yes, nothing can stop me. When I'm unsure, it's always a no. I don't know who needed to hear that, but that's your message. This is also what people are saying about you. That's how I like to read these cards, or this deck in particular. People are saying that, like, when you're sure about something, you go after it and you achieve it. Aries placement energy, Sagittarius, Leo's placement energy. Like, if you know that you want it, you're very confident in pursuing it. And then if you're like confused or you're not sure about it, then you don't even entertain it, I'm getting. Like, or if someone's in a situation, you're in a relationship or a situationship where that person's making you feel unsure, you dead it. Like, you don't let it fester, I'm getting. Like, people are saying you don't let anyone get in the way of your mission. Like, you know what you came here to do. You're not here trying to get sidetracked or trapped to someone that isn't really good for you or your energy. People are also saying that people are saying you don't have any regrets because you've learned from your past. People are saying, like, even if you've made a mistake, people are like, even your enemies, I'm getting, are impressed because you've been able to learn from the things that they've sent your way. Or like, if you were under attack in some way, some of y'all went through a spiritual attack, but you were protected from it. You may not even remember that you were being attacked in your sleep or something. Like, you had a nightmare, but you didn't remember it or something. But I'm just getting, like, that's how protected you are. Like, you don't even realize people are going up against you when they are, because you're literally focused on yourself, competing with yourself. And these people are hoping you're going to start comparing your life to them, or comparing your journey to them, or being insecure around them, or they want you to feel insecure around them. And it's like, babe, the only pressure in this room is me. Like, I'm trying to compete with me. So someone could be upset that you don't want to compete with them, or upset that you don't want to, like, join the rat race or something. Or this could be because their person is interested in you. This person is like beefing with you or something because someone they like wants you, or even a friend that they wants you, or likes, favors you over them. Damn, that's kind of wild. I feel like people are also saying that about this collective, that you've been through it. Like, you've been through tragic situations in your life, but you don't ever let that get you down. That you always are open to receive your gifts, even though you've been through some really harsh stuff. Some people are talking about, like, some losses that you've experienced, maybe the death that you've experienced that really shook you up or changed you. But people are saying that, like, that loss never it never brought you down in a way where you weren't able to elevate, or that you weren't able to become successful after. If anything, it made you more motivated to be a success. And people are just talking about how, like, that's your success story, that you have become someone that people respected and admire because you never have given up, especially after going through a tragic loss. Some of y'all just have been through a lot, and people know this about you, and that you feel good about your choices, and that you only care about feeling good about your choices. Like, I'm getting, some people keep saying you're selfish. Some people could be saying, like, you're just more, like, you care more about yourself now. You're not really putting so much into other people. And yeah, you're just here to make decisions that you're proud of. You don't really care about what everybody else got to say. You're just like, again, that's what happens when you're in a competition with yourself. It's no longer about other people as much as it is about you outdoing yourself, while also being considerate of people, but not being considerate of people who don't care about you. So I'm getting, like, people who expected you to sacrifice yourself for them. They're the ones who are saying, oh, they're selfish now, or they don't care about me anymore. They only care about themselves. But those people, while you were there in their lives, they're over here taking your energy for granted, or not appreciating you the way that you deserve. So I'm getting, like, a lot of people are just kind of having to check themselves, and even being humbled. I'm getting, like, some people are just being humbled because you're not entertaining the BS. And I'm getting some of these people, like, people can clearly see that there's something off about some of these people that don't like you. They're like, this person is, like, mentally, like, unwell. Like, they're just not at rest. And it shows. Like, I don't know if this person has been, like, they had magic on them or something put on them that they haven't been able to ward off or something. But it's almost like these people accept negative entities into their life willingly. Like, I'm getting people who are proud to be haters, proud to be bad people, or proud to be criminals, or, like, just awful people because they feel like the world owes them something, or they feel like the world the world didn't give me this, so I'm going to take it. And it's like in a very self-serving way, while you're over here, you could be self-serving, but it's in a way that's benefiting people. You know what I mean? So while other people are out here doing things that only serve them, you're doing things that serve you and the next person and your next of kin and someone else. It's not just about you necessarily, but I feel like you guys had to learn to be more selfish because you're so giving and caring for other people and you're considerate of other people. You're kind of realizing some of the people you were considerate for actually aren't like all that. I'm getting some of y'all could have been coddling like really bad people, but you're not the type of person to realize the truth and keep doing it. You're the type to be like, yeah, nah, like I'm actually going to expose this because I was proudly defending these types of people and I'm embarrassed. Like I'm getting, like you're not defending BS no more. And I'm hearing you're ready to call anybody out. And some of y'all might have already called someone out. And if you did, you read this person to filth. Got them crying, shaking, screaming. Okay, I don't know. You read someone to filth because maybe they crossed the line with you, but they ain't crossed the line no more. You could have put them in their place too, I'm hearing. You really put someone like where they belong. You reminded them at where they're at compared to you. And like, you're like, why are you even trying to step to me? I could literally be your mother. Cosmic ancestors, voice your concerns. Yeah. Like, I'm really getting, like, your ancestors are always listening to y'all. So if y'all have a problem with somebody, I'm hearing if y'all got somebody causing you problems, go tell a tree. Go tell the clouds. Go tell an ant, y'all. I'm telling you, they listening. They listening to you. You're the universe's baby. Like, all you got to do is be like, man, write about it or something. I don't know. Like, cry about it even. Just let it out in some way because the universe is listening. And when they hear their babies going through it or they see their babies really going through it, they're gonna pull up. I'm getting like the universe gonna pull up. Got the bees, got the hornets, got the wasps, got the earthquakes, got the ocean and the floods and stuff just for you, babes. So I am getting that, like, again, y'all are like karmic retribution for people because a lot of people don't realize that crossing with you and messing with you is not going to end well for them in the long term. And then when they do go through these things, I'm getting the universe is almost like it's like a bullet with your name on it. Like this person, the universe will give them a sign that this is like from you, or they give them some sort of mental clarity that like, I shouldn't have done this to the collective, even if it's not directly like, oh, collective did this, but it's mainly like they have a moment of clarity in their karmic lessons where they're like, yeah, I don't know why I decided to do this to the collective because they're one of the only people who were there for me. So I am getting there's a situation like that happening. And then you also have y'all are definitely, you know how to navigate between worlds here. Like, you know how to navigate between communities or friendship groups in a way that is very like remarkable. Like, it's almost like you can come into a room, change the room, and then dip out, and that like that entire community or room was shifted just by you being there or offering your insight or your presence. I am getting that like you are someone who has a reputation for changing worlds, and you're not afraid to be a catalyst for certain changes and to see that karmic retribution and justice be restored. So let's see what else is coming out for the collective. What do they need to know? Yeah, there's a lot of Scorpio here. So I really think that, oh, literally 2 Scorpio cards came out too. So again, like there's something here. Oh, yeah. So a lot of y'all are just really, I feel like you're really triggering people at this point in time in good and bad ways. You're triggering some people to heal and you're triggering some people to be like hurt and angry. But both are messengers, don't get me wrong. Both are lessons for each group. And I really feel like people here are just learning to tread carefully when it comes to you, and also realizing that you're kind of witchy, you're kind of spiritual, even if you don't call yourself those terms. Like, I really get that, like, people notice certain things happening around them when you're in the room or when they're talking to you. You may notice your partner saying like, yeah, some weird stuff was happening to me when I started talking to you. Like I started, like their luck is changing for the better now that they're friends with you. I'm getting like y'all don't realize how powerful you are, to the point where people being friends with you, even it helps them out. You help someone like get out of a depression. You even help pull someone out of like unaliving thoughts. Okay, you really like just something you've done make just sometimes it's just as small as just being there as a friend, or just being understanding someone in their situation, or offering them guidance, or just being like, hey, why don't you write it down? And it could just be that small thing that you just recommend. But either way, whatever it is that you're recommending to people, your recommendations, your advice is, and when they notice, when they put it into work, they find the love that they wanted. They find the friendship and the partnerships that they wanted, and it's something that's valuable. People are noticing when they listen to you that they find the things that they're seeking in their life, and they feel like you're a good luck charm that's guiding them there. People also feel like they find healthy friendships. They find a healthy style and sense of self after meeting you, because you challenge them to start competing with themselves too. Like, your energy is really attracting like-minded people, and these are people who are also trying to elevate themselves, and they really do want to change and grow. Like, some of the people who are watching you, some people are afraid of change, and some people don't like change, but there are people who are actually trying to put in that work, who are listening to you, who are seeing things from a different perspective. They're seeing life from a different perspective, and it's benefiting them more than you'd ever know. Like, I'm really getting, you might be helping people who have been stuck in situations for 30 plus years, and then you come along and give them advice that helps them. And I'm getting, some of y'all could be quite young, or you're young in your field, so you don't think you're doing much, but you're actually doing a lot more than you even realize. And like, people are getting more opportunities. A lot of people are putting people on because of your ideas or your work. Or if you have a book, people are recommending that book too. Like, I'm getting, you have a lot of promotion that a lot of people are putting out there for you, and like-minded people who are helping heal too. And I'm just getting like, a lot of people want to surround you with love, want to surround you with more passion and even ideas and creativity, because you've been benefiting them. Some of you could be a teacher of some sort, and these are your students who are showing you appreciation. And I'm just getting like, the people you teach or the people you speak to, they have found your message to be so useful. You've just helped them see the truth in their life, and it's helping them reclaim their power back and reclaim the throne out here. So this is really good, collective. I really love that. You guys have such an influential energy, and you guys honestly have magic powers. Like, if I'm honest, I'm getting, some of y'all really have like some insane gifts, like telekinesis, or like breathing underwater and stuff like that. Like, y'all really have some crazy gifts. So a lot of people just feel like you're magical in general, because, you know, you might be used to being surrounded by magical people, but most people, I would argue, probably aren't used to that. So when they meet someone who actually has gifts or can do like some stuff that you would see in movies, you'd be like, hey, like, what the heck? Like, my life is very different now. Because, you know, I mean, even me talking about it, like, there's gonna be someone watching this like, yeah, right, like, there's no way she's been so for real. But until you've seen it, or until you've experienced certain things in life, or even if you were born that way, y'all know how it is, and y'all know how it goes. And I've met y'all, I've seen y'all talk to me, y'all follow me. We already know the deal. So a lot of y'all know you've already been chosen for something great in this life, and you maybe not sure what you're gonna do yet, or not sure what you're here for yet, but you know that there's something that the universe is preparing you for. And that's what a lot of these people in your life are kind of here to show you, that like, yeah, you're onto something. You know, you're not just insane, or, you know, you might feel like the Mad Hatter sometimes, but you're really onto something. And yeah, some people thought you were crazy at first, but now they're realizing, babes, you're not crazy. You're the future. Thank you so much, collective, for joining me for this reading. If you would like to join my community, please like, comment, and subscribe if you would like to join, y'all. My name is Kay. You can take the link in my bio to purchase my book. You can also subscribe to Patreon and follow on Instagram for more tarot content. Thank you guys so much for joining me for this reading. Hope to catch you in my next video.